Publisher is a powerful page layout program. As such, it has many tools to help you create great professional-looking publications, even if you're a complete novice. In this lesson, we're going to show you some of the more advanced features, but don't let that intimidate you. They're incredibly easy to use. First, we'll talk about creating and using headers and footers. If you've used the header and footer feature in Microsoft Word, this process should be familiar to you. The process is pretty much the same in Publisher. The difference is that in Publisher, you can only add headers and footers to a master page. If you think about it, though, that makes a lot of sense, since headers and footers typically appear throughout a publication. You can, of course, add a header or footer of sorts to an individual page just by drawing a text box and typing it in. Beware, though, that if you do this and a master page with a header is applied, you might create a conflict between the two. There are a few ways to access the header and footer options. The first is to activate Master Page View and locate the header and footer tools on the ribbon, which look like this. Another way to gain quick and easy access to this feature is by going to the Insert tab. The header and footer buttons are located here on the far right. Clicking on the header or footer button will automatically open the Master Page tab. The page number button can be added easily to a master page without opening the Master Page View, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. For now, let's take a look at the header and footer. The third and final way to access the header and footer function is to double-click on the header or footer of any publication page. This will automatically open the Master Page tab. When the tab opens, the header or footer you've selected will be active, and being active simply means that you can edit it. An active header or footer looks like any other active text box. You can use the Show Header/Footer button to toggle between them, or you can scroll up or down the page and double-click on the header or footer area to make it visible. Text can be entered into, formatted, and edited just like any text box. Now, there are a couple of different ways to add page numbers to your publication. We talked a little bit about the button on the Insert tab, but let's stay on the master pages for a minute. Take another look here at the header and footer group on the ribbon of the Master Pages tab. The three buttons, Insert Page Number, Insert Date, and Insert Time, work identically, so we'll cover them all at once. Unlike the Page Number button on the Insert tab, these buttons will only insert information at the cursor's current location. When a page number is entered, it shows up as a £, but the date and time will show up as the date and time that they were added. So just as an example here, this is what the page number looks like when you're on your master page. And here's how it looks when the master page is applied to the publication. You can see it's now just a normal number. Now we'll talk about adding page numbers from the button on the Insert tab. So you can use this button at any location in your publication at any time. The location of the cursor is important only if you want to insert a page number there. Clicking on this downward arrow button activates a drop-down menu. From here, you can choose where you'd like the page number to appear. Just be aware that if you select any of the buttons that put a page number at the top or bottom of the page number will automatically be entered into the header or footer of the master page. You might have noticed that the Insert and Current text box is faint. That's because no text box has been selected. To use this button, return to your publication, click on a text box, and then you'll see you now have that option. Now take a look at the Show Page Number on First Page button at the bottom of the menu. This item has been selected, which is indicated by the check mark next to it. You might want to uncheck it if you have a title page you don't want a page number appearing on, but it'll be on by default. If you click on Format Page Numbers, a floating window opens. Here you can choose a number format such as ordinary numbers, Roman numerals, ABC, first, second, third, and so forth. To start with a numeral other than 1, select the Start this section with button, and then enter a value to start with. When you're finished, click OK. Now let's talk about using and creating color schemes. Color schemes are just a bunch of colors you can choose for your publication to keep it consistent. You can find schemes in the Page Design tab, under the Schemes group. When you select a color scheme, those colors are readily available in the Colors palette. You can apply them to text, borders, and other objects. And as you can see, Publisher provides an extensive catalog of color schemes. These are the colors that tend to complement each other. However, you might want to create your own color schemes, which is really helpful if you're working with a business and need to use specific branding colors. If that's the case, click on Create New Color Scheme. In the window that opens, you can choose your colors and name your scheme. When you're finished, click Save. To apply any color scheme, simply navigate to the Page Design tab and select any scheme that you want. You should be aware, though, that all of the objects that you've applied a color scheme color to will change to the corresponding color of the new scheme. You can also insert a bookmark into a publication, and a bookmark will appear as this graphic. They allow you to add targeted hyperlinks to a location in your publication. To add a bookmark, go to the Insert tab. You can go here to Links and click Bookmark. It will allow you to name your bookmark in this dialog box, and then click Add. Now you can drag the bookmark graphic and place it where you want it on a page. Next, you're going to create a hyperlink to that bookmark. Select the text that you want to use as a hyperlink, and on the Insert tab, click on the Hyperlink button. Here on the left-hand side, you'll click Place in the document. And then choose your bookmark from the list. Click OK. Now whenever someone clicks on the link, it'll take them to the place in the publication where you put your bookmark. And a quick note, you can also create hyperlinks to websites and email addresses by selecting what you want to use as a hyperlink and then clicking the hyperlink button on the Insert tab. Now if you want to insert a file into your publication, that's easy. Simply go back to the Insert tab on the ribbon and click on Insert File. Locate and click on the file you want and then click OK. Publisher will convert and then insert the file into your document. And a quick note, you can only insert text files, such as from Microsoft.